Hey guys, so like I promised, I'm gonna make this really, really quick, short video for today. Tomorrow, we are going to look at the actual vocabulary within our parallel lines and transversals and naming the angles that we looked at today. So this worksheet that you guys are gonna get tomorrow says identify each pair of angles as corresponding alternate interior, alternate exterior, or consecutive interior. And we're also going to state whether they are congruent or supplementary. So again, I'm not going to do all of these with you. I just kind of want to show you. And I'm going to use patty paper to put a little bit more emphasis into what we did today. So here is our number one, and we have X and Y here. I'm going to actually just do this whole X and Y. And I can translate my angle X up the transversal and it matches up with that angle Y. So these are congruent because I translated it like we said today, but notice that my Y is in the exact same spot as X. That is called corresponding angles because they're in the same spot. If I look at this square compared to this same kind of square here, X and Y are in the same section of that square. They are in the same spot on the two intersections. So the X is in this intersection top right, Y is also top right. So these are corresponding angles. And like I said, because we can use a translation to slide it up, they are congruent. So corresponding angles are congruent. That is number one. Okay, number two here, I have X down here and Y up here. So again, I'm going to trace the intersection where X is at. I'm labeling X here. I need to get it up here where the Y is. So I can translate this up and I see that it's now vertical to Y. So if I rotate it around, I see that they match up. So I know that they are congruent. Because I was able to translate it and rotate it like we did today on the coloring sheet, they are congruent, but now we need to name them. So out of these different names up here, these two angles are outside or exterior of the parallel lines. So exterior has to do with the parallel lines. But how do I know whether they're consecutive consecutive exterior or alternate exterior? The word alternate comes from the side of the transversal. So here's my transversal. I see that they are on opposite sides of this transversal. So that's alternate. The word alternate means opposite. So it's alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles are congruent. And I'm just going to jump to number four real quickly. So number four, I'm looking at my X and Y. Here, I'm tracing my X inter intersection on the patty paper. And if I try to match it up with Y, I can translate it up. But if I rotate it, notice that it doesn't match up. My X and Y angles do not match up. So they are not congruent. They are actually supplementary. So X and Y are supplementary angles. My X and Y are not lining up here. I don't know which one it was. This one here. They are not lining up. I cannot get it to rotate and line them up. It's not going to work. Now, the vocab words for what type of angles these are, notice they are on the same side of the transversal. They're both on the right side of this transversal. They're also both inside of my parallel lines. Here are my parallel lines. They are inside in between them. So if they're on the same side, that is called consecutive and on the inside interior. So these are consecutive interior angles. And again, these ones are not congruent, they are supplementary. That means my x plus y here, x and y together, should add up to be 180 degrees. Okay? And I know I said I'm only going to do two problems, and here I am going into the third one. I'm just going to come down and do one of these really, really difficult ones with you guys real quickly. This one's more difficult just because we have more parallel lines and another transversal. So if I'm looking at 8 here, I am going to look at my x intersection, and I need to match it up with my y here. So I am going to translate this up. Notice that they're across from each other, so they're vertical angles now, so I can just rotate and they match up. So these are congruent. X and Y are congruent, but what type are they when there's so many different lines? I'm looking at this parallel line and this parallel line because that's what my X and Y are touching. And I'm looking at this transversal because they're both touching this transversal. Notice they're both on the outside of the parallel lines and on opposite sides of the transversals. They are alternate exterior angles are congruent. We will continue and do the rest of this paper tomorrow, and I will see you guys then. Bye, everyone.